Hey guys, Buffner Gaming back, bring you another video, and today we're going to cover the Nikto Operator Bundle, which was released today in the COD store, as well as some other items which came out today with the update. So, first off, getting into it, the update itself is about 10 gigs to download, so be sure you put your PlayStation rest mode if you're on PC or Xbox. Make sure you allow yourself enough time to download that. It was 10 gigs on PlayStation, I'm not sure about the other systems. But the bundle itself is 2,400 COD points, and it does include 10 unique items. So really quick, we'll go through that. I'll show some gameplay in the background of me using the blueprints themselves, and we'll get into some different content here in the video. So first off, the first item you get is the Operator Nikto, and Nikto is from the Allegiance faction for the Spetsnaz sub-faction. And he is obviously a citizen of Russia. His language unknown, status is active as a Spetsnaz operative. So background for this operator, which we've seen for a while now, but I'm going to run through it once more. He is a former FSB deep cover agent, captured and tortured at the hands of Mr. Z. His face is disfigured, diagnosed with acute dissociative disorder, remains a methodical, calculating soldier, resigned to Spetsnaz to utilize his skill set. So he is our fourth Spetsnaz agent and obviously our second operator for the Season 1 content drop, with Mara being in the free battle stream and Nikto being a paid operator. So I think this is probably going to be a theme going forward, is that we'll see one operator be free in the battle stream, and then another operator, you'll have to pay for that operator himself in a bundle like this. So I think when we get around to Ghost, whenever he comes around, he will most likely be one of the paid operators, because I think he's the most anticipated operator. So I think, unfortunately, we can expect that. Next up in this pack, you get the Cerulean Assault Rifle, which is for the Kilo 141 or the HK 433. So for that particular weapon, the weapon itself comes with, obviously, blueprint attachments. The only real unique differentiation of this blueprint towards the regular HK 433 or the Kilo 141 is just it kind of has a bluish finish, which goes with the theme of the weapon. The attachments you get for this weapon are a tac laser. So the tac laser pros being ADS speed, aim and stability, and the aim walking steadiness, with the cons being the laser is visible to enemies. But again, that's only when you're aiming down sights. So if you're not ADSing, it really isn't that big of a problem. The optic that the blueprint comes with is the Canon Hybrid for the Cronin sight. So that's going to give you that 3.25 scout zoom, as well as the candid 45-degree mount for the red dot sight there. So you'll be able to toggle zoom levels and obviously switch to that 45 candid red dot sight. The con there is the ADS speed. And the stock for the weapon is going to be that Singard Arms Sniper Pro stock. So that's going to be that heavy-duty stock for the Kilo 141 to increase aiming stability, with the con being aim walking movement speed. And then there's no perk or rear grip with this blueprint. It does come with a 60-round magazine. So for that 60-round magazine, you see the difference here is that it does have blue tape on the mag to indicate that it does fire blue tracers. So both the weapons in this bundle fire blue tracer rounds with every shot. It's not every 5 shots or anything like that. It's basically firing blue tracers with every shot. And I'm not really sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I did find myself able to adjust and get on target easier just because I can visibly see where all my rounds are going. But I get the downside of that is that your enemies can see where the rounds are coming from as well. So that's just one downside, maybe along with the tac laser, that really does give away your position when you are ADS firing. The underbarrel for this weapon is going to be the Commando foregrip. So I do like this foregrip a lot. We do see it with a lot of the blueprints in the game. It's going to help us with our recoil stabilization as well as our aiming stability, and the con just being the movement speed. The good thing about this one is that it doesn't negatively impact our ADS speed. So that's a big plus why I like to use this one on a lot of weapons over some of the other grips that we have as well. So that's the blueprint itself. As I said, it does have like a blue finish to the weapon itself, like a blackish dark blue finish to kind of go along with the fact that it does fire blue tracer rounds on it. Overall, it's a pretty nice looking weapon. I personally like to throw just a regular camo on there, maybe just a spray paint, one of the spray paint sand ones for pinstripe suit or something along those lines, just to give it more of a realistic, darker camo look. I'm not a big fan of the out of the ordinary looking camos. I want something more so grounded and realistic. I wouldn't see like an FSB or a Spetsnaz operator running around with something like that. But again, it's not far removed, so it doesn't really bother me. Overall, I think it's a really good blueprint. Next up, we have the blue Dwarf handgun, which for this particular handgun, it's a 1911. It comes with the 1911 Stalker barrel, which is going to help our damage at range and bullet velocity. 5 milliwatt tack laser. This is going to help our hip fire and our sprint to fire speed. And then the con there being that that's always visible to enemies, whether you're ADSing or not. Then it just comes with a standard reflex sight. Again, that's going to slow down your ADS speed a little bit, but not too big of an impact there. No perk, no rear grip. The ammo for the 1911 is going to be at 15 rounds, so that does help boost you up from the standard 7 or the 8 with one in the chamber. And the trigger action is lightweight trigger, so you can get shots off fast. And again, you don't need to be ADSing with that 5 milliwatt. You can see really where your shots are going to go and get them off quick. So I did find this very useful in game situations as well when I was playing with this online. Overall, again, really nice looking pistol. I do like the way it handles. It has that same blue finish that the Kilo or the HK433 does in game, so you may want to throw another different, maybe a different camouflage on there, but it's really a black finish with some darker blue colors on it. So again, it's not really unrealistic to the extent that it takes you out of the game. I think it's fine and it looks pretty good, and I like the way this weapon handles. Next up is the Negotiator. So this one you saw is just a melee knife, standard knife there. Nothing crazy about that. Overall, it looks pretty cool. And again, you do need to be carrying a knife in order to use this particular weapon as your secondary. So you need to have a knife equipped as your secondary, your primary to equip this. Then you have a Father Time watch. So the watch itself is going to be a digital watch in military time. So most of their watches, they may show rank, they may show other items, or they may just be like a regular watch. But this is one of the few, if not the only digital watch. I haven't really paid too much attention to the watches, but if you're someone that's into that, it is a digital watch in military time, so it will allow you to see real-time watch based on your PlayStation system or your console in general. Next up are the calling cards. So there's calling cards and emblems. There is the Embers calling card as well as Master Watch emblem. Then you have the right tool, operator equip quote. So this is just what he verbalizes in game. You can preview that. Then the fix finisher move, which you saw in the beginning of the video there, is going to be, they added the ability to preview these now before you buy or equip them on your operator. So that's a pretty cool. And his finishing move is pretty neat too. So that's a good one. And then the 10th item you get with this bundle is going to be the tier skip. So you get one tier skip on the Battle Pass, which that always helps out since it is about an hour or so of in-game time to grind out a tier. So that does help you, I guess, further that along even more. So again, that whole bundle itself is 2,400 COD points, and I think that equates to like somewhere between $15 and $20 around. So you get 10 items with this. I think this is the biggest bundle item count-wise we've gotten so far, and you're getting two weapons and an operator and a knife. So essentially you're getting 3 weapons and an operator. So is it worth it? I would say that's really up to you. I think it's worth the price tag that they're putting on it for COD points. What are you getting out of the blueprints, though? I think the blue tracer rounds are a pretty cool feature. As I said, I'm not really sure if I love them or hate them yet. I was able to get myself on target and adjust just because I can see where my rounds are impacting, especially when you're hitting enemies. It kind of lights them up. You can see probably in the background here, this gameplay, it lights them up in like a blue splash from the rounds impacting. So you can really see where your rounds are impacting. If you're hitting a wall, if you're not quite on target, you can adjust pretty quickly. So that, along with the tack laser that comes with this weapon, definitely, I think, helps your aim. Again, for this, it's maybe not be the best setup for the Kilo. You may want to take out the tack laser and put a stipple pistol grip, and then maybe like a Ranger foregrip on there, and adjust some other things if you're not used to that sight as well. But overall, what you're getting out of these blueprints are basically the blue tracer rounds, which are pretty neat. And again, you'll see in the gameplay, especially in the night maps, it's not as impactful on night maps, but I did also find it is easier just to see your shots if you're in realism mode on night maps. So it is easier to get on target, and especially in the daytime maps, it definitely makes a difference. But again, you're also, the con to that is that your enemies are going to be seeing those blue tracer rounds as well. So that's just something to look out for there too. But besides that, those are really everything we got in the bundle today. The other things that came, we had the there's a just for you section added into the store. So if you go into the store today, you'll get a just for you section, and everybody should now have a free item. So that free item just came with a calling card and an emblem, I believe it was, or a tier skip maybe. So a calling card and a tier skip that I got today. I don't know if that's the same for everybody, and I'll show that on screen what I got. And that's part of the just for you section that they added to the game today. So that just for you section, I guess, is mainly based on what you buy in the store. Will kind of just throw items in there for you. So that's another way to see new items in the stream, since they're not really refreshing as much as I would like, unless you unlock things or buy items. So maybe just for you seems to have a little bit more items in there that you can sift through and maybe see more options if there's something you would like to buy. Also, with the update today, they added in Vacant as well as Shipment, and I'll show a little bit of Shipment gameplay here maybe in the background. I played it maybe one match, and basically it's such a cluster. I did not really have much fun whatsoever. I was using it with the new blueprint, so my mobility wasn't great. So I think maybe if I were using it with like an MP5 and more of a run and gun situation, it'd be better. But I think the amount of times I just spawned and died was pretty ridiculous. So I really didn't have too much fun on Shipment. Vacant itself, I didn't play yet. I played it on the Ground War map in that section of the new Ground War map, and it's a lot of fun. But looking forward to getting in and maybe playing it some more in the actual 6v6 map style there. But overall, I think this is a pretty good bundle that we got with the Nikto Operator Bundle. Is it worth it? Again, I think for the Operator, if you're somebody that likes the design of the Operator, it's definitely worth the price, and you get some two cool looking blueprints for the price tag that have those blue trace around. So again, whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, we'll have to see. But overall, I think it's a pretty good bundle. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. And I want to hear whether or not you like this bundle, whether or not you want to buy this bundle. Is there something you're interested in? What do you think about the blue tracer rounds? I think that'll probably be something we'll see coming more into the fold in the future, something you can customize on your weapons, or maybe it will be specific to blueprint weapons. But as long as it's in the realm of realism, you know, tracers are obviously a real thing. As long as we're not getting like purple or rainbow tracers or something, I think I'm completely fine with it. As long as, like I said, as long as it's more so grounded in reality, which is what the game is going for. I just don't want to see like unicorn tracers or anything like that going around in the future. But I don't think we're gonna get there. I think this is a good bundle. I like it, and I want to hear what you guys think. Is this something you want? Do you think it's worth it? Also, I'll be doing the giveaway winner tomorrow. So if you stuck with the video this long, I will be announcing the winners tomorrow. So we have 2 winners for a $30 gift card to your specific console. So I'll be announcing those tomorrow in the video, and I'll make a post about it, and then I'll get a hold of you guys on YouTube, and we're gonna have to probably connect on Twitter or something like that, since I'm not able to. YouTube took the message feature away from YouTube, so I can't direct message you anymore on this platform. So, but we'll figure it out. I'll announce those, and then we'll get in touch, and maybe that's something you can use that gift card to purchase COD points to go ahead and purchase this bundle if it's something you're interested in. So let me know down below, and until next time, Buffner Gaming, out.